Today we'll be unboxing the Silencer Mark III series of power supply. I mean, I'm not gonna do them all. This is the 600 watt, but it's actually available in a number of different wattages. This is sort of meant to be an entry level, and based on the fact that the OCZ Technology Group is using the PC Power branding, the positioning of this is that it is a value, sort of low to medium wattage. I mean, 600 watt, I remember back when I got into computers, was like unheard of high. But a low to medium wattage quality power supply. It has a 5-year warranty, which is in line with what we expect from the PC Power and Cooling brand. Here are the connectors that are included, the non-modular and the flat black modular cables, but we'll look at those once we open it up. What else we got on here? Oh, look at that. True to form, a PC power supply has a single 12-volt rail, so a single strong 12-volt rail means you don't have to worry about what you connect to what cable. Meticulously designed with only premium components, including 105-degree capacitors, so it should provide its entire rated output even at 50-degree ambient temperatures, which is pretty absurd. That's a little bit on the high side for what you'd expect. 80 plus bronze efficiency means that while it's better than the standard 80 plus, it's not going to be as expensive as some of the 80 plus silver and 80 plus gold power supplies in this wattage range, which haven't been that popular just due to the price increase. Engineered for you, modular power cables, yep. Peace of mind with the 5-year warranty and engineering experience dating back over 25 years. Okay, what else we got here? Technical specifications, continued output rated, yeah, okay. Large temperature controlled 120 mil double ball bearing fan. Compliant. All your usual protective circuitry, including over voltage, over power, over short circuit. That's funny, no over current. I mean, maybe that's what they mean by overpower, but maybe, you know, some of the electrical engineers in the audience can post a comment and let me know what they think. Does overpower mean overcurrent protection? Alright, modular cables included. Not all of them are flat black. You can see there are some braided ones. So our modular PCI Express connectors are braided, and then the modular peripheral connectors are not braided. We've got an instruction manual which presumably shows you how to plug the power supply into various things. Yes, it does. Okay, we've got some included black zip ties, 4 included screws for mounting the power supply. We've got the usual closed cell, nice high durability foam here. And then we've got a great look to this particular power supply that would actually make it go very well with one of the other things that I have here that's behind me, the Phantom 410, which I'll be unboxing soon. So we have a white and black finish that feels already incredibly durable. So it's a bit of a textured finish that is going to be about as scratch proof as I think a power supply finish is going to get. And then you've got kind of silver accents. So white, black, silver color scheme. And let's have a look at the included cables before we look too closely at the power supply unit itself. So let me just undo this so we can check the lengths here. Alright, so our 24-pin connector is a non-modular cable, as we expected, and it is about 1 Linus arm in length, just a little bit less. Okay, and then we've got one... Okay, this is interesting. So this is a sort of a different mix of pre-connected cables than what I've seen in the past. So we have a single PCIe 6+2 pin included. And this goes on, yeah, that side right there. So that's a 6 or an 8 pin. And then we have a single included 4+4. So that's your 8-pin EPS connector. Oh, and that one is about yay long. So unless you have a tall case, you're probably not going to have to get an extension. Although if you do have a tall case, you probably will have to get an extension with this guy. Then we have, okay. So we have another included another 4+4. This is a modular one. So that would go there. And then we have another 6+2. So you have up to 2 8 pins and 2 PCI Express connectors with this power supply. And then I would have normally liked to see a few more modular peripheral connectors, but let's see what they've included here. Okay, so we have 3 Molex, we have a 3 SATA, and then we have a 3 SATA. And yeah, like I said, I would normally like to see more peripheral connectors included. In fact, in this case, with this power supply, they have included actually 4 peripheral connections on the power supply unit itself, but only 3 actual cable harnesses to go on them. So you're left with one additional one. I guess if you find another one that happens to be compatible, then you could use that. Normally, okay, modular power supplies. To me, the point of the modular power supply and why they originally came out was cable management, so that was one. And then the second generation of modular power supplies was more about options. So that was back when a lot of the standards were really changing. Sometimes we had Molex connectors on the backs of video cards, sometimes we had PCI Express, sometimes we had a 20-pin, sometimes we had a 24-pin connector on the motherboard, sometimes we had a 4-pin or an 8-pin at the top. Sometimes you had IDE drives using your 4-pin standard Molex, and sometimes you had SATA drives using the SATA power connector. So that was why modular power supplies were so important, because it gave you the option of which cables to install. So I always used to get a bit of a chuckle out of modular power supplies that only included exactly as many cables as fit in the sockets on the power supply itself, because I was like, oh, well then you're not really having any options at all, you're just plugging in whatever you need. So it sort of gets the one point where you get improved cable management and better internal appearance, but it misses the other point, which is giving you options in terms of what you want to install. And I've never seen one that comes with fewer cables than actual sockets. So it's possible, if someone bought one of these already, and it does normally come with more cables, this was a review unit, so it's possible they made a mistake. So post a comment and let us know, but there you go. There's my little spiel about that. So on the top of the unit we find the general specs again, which we already saw on the outside. So it's up to 552 watts on the 12-volt rail. Total power, 600 watts continuous. So some power supplies are not rated for continuous wattage. This particular one is, and it better be. Any good quality power supply is rated for continuous wattage. On the side here, you see the silencer MKIII branding. On the bottom, we've got a nice little silencer MKIII badge with our 120mm cooling fan. On the side, we find also right side up again. I love seeing this because for the longest time, some manufacturers were putting them right side up and right side up, which means that when you actually go and install it in the case, it would be upside down if you wanted your fan side up, which I usually prefer, so there you have it. And then on the back we find what has become standard honeycomb mesh and on-off switch and our power port. I don't think I ever showed you, but it does include a power cable as well. So thank you for checking out my unboxing and first look at the silencer MKIII. Don't forget to subscribe to Linus Tech Tips for more unboxings, reviews, and other computer